Pocketbook issues top the list of concerns for Latino voters ahead of the 2026 midterms. This is according to new data from the Unidos bipartisan poll of Hispanic voters, first obtained by CBS News. Now, that same polling shows 65% of the nation's second largest voting bloc does not think President Trump and congressional Republicans are doing enough to get the economy back on track. Clarissa Martinez De Castro is the vice president of the Latino Vote Initiative at UnidosUS and joins us now with more from this survey. Good morning to you, Clarissa. Thanks for being with us. Let's talk about some of the key findings in your survey. For most voters, the economy is usually the top issue of concern, but I'm wondering for you what stood out from your polling.
I think the main thing is that Latinos keep putting an exclamation point on the need to improve the economic outlook for working Americans. To Congress and the administration, they couldn't be clearer. Lower cost, raise wages. And also, a new thing, given the environment, is that there's also an unequivocal message to Congress. Do your constitutional job. Latino voters feel that Congress is just giving up too much power to the presidency and not doing its checks and balances job.
That's interesting because in our CBS News polling, voters seem to blame Republicans, Democrats, and President Trump for the shutdown specifically. But what did we learn in your polling about the perception of President Trump and the GOP among Hispanic voters and what it might mean for the upcoming midterms?
Responsibility for the shutdown is very similar to the approval or disapproval that Latino voters have, not just for the president, but congressional Republicans, is in the 60s. 60% or plus disapprove of the performance of the president and Republicans in Congress, and also put responsibility for the shutdown with them, compared to 22% for Democrats. Looking at 2026, the other notable thing is that if these voters who voted for Trump had a do-over, 13% would not support the president, and another 9% are uncertain that they would. So that should really rattle up Republicans, given razor-thin margins and the critical nature of this electorate.
Right, and I think the president increased his support among Hispanic voters this last election, so that could be pivotal. What about their views toward immigration policies?
Immigration is also becoming part of a larger set of concerns. Not only are Hispanic voters feeling the pinch of economic insecurity, to make matters worse, now they are feeling that their own physical safety and that of their loved ones is at risk. 60% feel that civil rights and civil liberties have eroded. More than 41% feel that they're at risk of arrest, even if they're U.S. citizens, because of immigration enforcement tactics. And the reality is that almost 50%, an astonishing number, feel that they or a loved one could be a victim of political violence. So again, you are adding economic insecurity to now feelings of personal unsafety, and that is what's shaping the minds of Latino voters at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting content in your polling, and viewers can see more of it at cbsnews.com. Clarissa, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.